and shine. Coffee's brewing, feeling fine. News is out and on the air. Shizzy whiz nuts wild, but we don't care. Morning whiz and coffee. Talk the news, he's a tease. Laugh it off, we're on the go. Shizzy whiz nuts, start the show. Let's go. Spinning in the breeze, stupid jokes, he's such a tease. Sip the Java with a smile. Pants are off, but stay a while. Morning whiz and coffee. Talk the news, he's a tease. Laugh it off, we're on the go. Shizzy whiz, let's start the show. Let's go. Spinning in the breeze, stupid jokes, he's such a tease. Sip the Java, wear a smile. Pants are off, but stay a while. Morning whiz and coffee. Talk the news, he's a tease. Laugh it off, we're on the go. Shizzy whiz, let's start the show. Let's go. Serious is overrated. Every day we're caffeinated. Talk the town, but in a jest. Morning whiz is always best. Clock is ticking, time to run. Morning show's a load of fun. Grab your mug, don't spill a drop. Laugh your ass off till you pop. Clock is ticking, time to run. Morning show's a load of fun. Grab your mug, don't spill a drop. Laugh your ass off till you pop.
Oh my god, Shizzy breaks Larry. Shizzy broke Larry.
Good morning, everybody. Good morning. This is what I realize I am not 19 years old anymore. I can't do this on that low amount of sleep. Good Lord Almighty, can't you feel my temperature rising? Yeah, my alarm clock, it went off and it looked at me and it said, you know, you're just going to have to sleep a little longer, son. That's what it did. Good to see everybody. I hope you're having a good morning. What to talk about today, man. Yeah, I think next go around I'll just give it an extra bit of time before I before I shut down my stream. I'm gonna think twice about it and shut it down much earlier because that's ridiculous. Good to see you, all of you wonderful people here. Good to see you. Glad you could hang out, and yeah, we will probably end up just having a shorter one today. Whew, I am beat down, dogged out, tired. Never thought that would happen, did you? You thought I was invincible. It's not true. I tell you, it's not true. Here we go. Harris says she's ready if Trump tries to prematurely declare victory. What do you think they're preparing for? I would venture to say what they're preparing for is a election where they call it so early in the night, the numbers are so high that it's going to be undeniable that it's a landslide victory. Oh, but they can't have that. They have to make it look like she put up a challenge. It has to look like she put up a challenge. Do you think she is much of a challenger? Oh my God. Been have a great time wondering if you got stuffed in the suitcase. No, I didn't get stuffed in the suitcase. Their asses will try martial law. Nah, they wouldn't do something that silly. They're not that intelligent. That would be crazy stuff. Now you're talking crazy stuff. That's not going to happen. Why would they ever, ever think that? No, that's not going to happen. No. It's much too simple. That if they think martial law is going to work, that's impossible. See, I had to refresh everything because you guys weren't showing up. Chat was not showing up for me. There we go. We got Shizzy, wasn't it? Good to see you, Tammy, Cynthia. Oh, I was like beginning to wonder if like maybe nobody, like as soon as they saw me come in, they were like, oh, run away. Good to see you, Patrick W. Good to see you, Tammy Bugard. Good to see you, Stormy Storm. And we got, did I sleep good? Yes, I did. I slept very good. Good morning, Nanny Goat. Forever not me. I feel the warmth. I feel the love. Nancy, good to see you this morning. Captain Curran, Temps have already started with Civil War talk BS. Yeah, I'll never say that. Oh no. I won't go for none of that. No, we ain't gonna have no civil wars. That ain't how it works around here, son. Don't you know the way that it works around here is we call it like we see it. There ain't gonna be no civil war. There ain't gonna be nobody calling the election early. It's gonna be called exactly when it needs to be called. There's not gonna be no election interference. Everybody's gonna do this the right way. There's not going to be months of trying to figure out how and who won. No. If they tried martial law, there'd be a lot of, yeah, that would happen. Well, thank you, Captain Curran. I appreciate you, brother. I'll check that out as soon as I possibly can, because like I said this morning, I am as unprepared as a Boy Scout in a Girl Scout camp. I am totally unprepared. But I will say right now that whatever the AP is talking about, do opposite. That would be what I would say. Whatever it is that they're trying to say, do the opposite. Whenever they tell you that things are happening right here, right now, go the opposite direction. Whenever you see the AP saying, man, not worried about sexism, I ain't worried about a declaration of victory. She's ready. No. See, they're preparing. They are preparing right now for a victory of Donald Trump. Because she's losing. She's losing in just about every possible way. She was losing the moment that she stepped up on stage. The moment that she did a coup on Joe Biden, she started losing. It's as simple as that. And they know that they're losing. They've got it. They are getting you prepped up. They are prompting you out. They are working it out to make it look just like things are happening that aren't happening. They want you worried. They want you scared. They want you ready to go. They want you to be moving to the left while they're moving to the right. While they're circling around you, you need to form a square. Tuesday, that her team is prepared to challenge Donald Trump if he prematurely declares victory in the 2024 election. But she is focused on beating the Republican nominee. Harris spoke to NBC just 2 weeks before Election Day as part of a media blitz meant to deliver her closing argument before as many persuadable voters as possible. She said she's not concerned about the role sexism could play in the election. Sexism has no place in the election. It just means you're going to lose. And it has nothing to do with your sex or lack thereof. As she stands to be the first woman elected to the White House sweetheart, you've been in the White House. Now, you may not be the president, but you're one step away. You're right there in the White House. You screwed up all the policies that have been going on. You have made everybody's life worse. And there you are, standing right next to the man himself. Makes me think about the fall of Rome. And you see that fall of Rome, oh, that glorious fall of Rome. You know that they're losing. You can feel it. You can feel it in every breath they take, every move they make, every time they move.
Can you say that you were honest with the American people about what you saw in those moments with President Biden as you were with him again and again, repeatedly in that time?
Of course. Joe Biden is an extremely accomplished, experienced, and capable in every way that anyone would want if they're president.
And you never saw anything like what happened at the debate night behind closed doors with him?
It was a bad debate. People have bad debates. He is absolutely.
It's almost like she can't contain her laughter.
Absolutely.
But that's the reason why you're here, and he's
She wants to cackle.
running for the top of the ticket.
Well, you'd have to ask him if that's the only reason why.
What do you think?
I am running for president of the United States. I speak with not only sincerity, but with a real firsthand account of watching him do this work. I have no reluctance in saying that. No, of course I don't.
What a liar. What a liar. What a liar she is. Yeah. You know, it. Here. This will explain a little bit better.
This guy just yelled in the street, Trump 2024. What makes you love Donald Trump?
If you're truly a patriotic American, how could you not love Donald Trump? If you actually are somebody that does your research and your due diligence as opposed to being pushed by somebody else's propagandist talking points, how could you hate Donald Trump? He's the most popular businessman in American history. If you wanted a movie to be popular throughout all of before 2016, who has the most cameos? I find it funny that as soon as he became a Republican, he became racist. But name me that racist that won an NAACP award. I'll wait. Didn't we have peace around the world when Trump was in office? Why are we in war right now? Oh, and for that daggone bill y'all want to keep talking about the border? Well, y'all were okay with the administration giving $60 billion to Ukraine so they can put 1,500 at the border. Here's something else deeper for you to think about. Didn't they leave millions and millions of guns in Afghanistan unguarded and unattended and left the country? Directly after that, Xi Jinping and Putin came down and gave them legitimacy. Well, what happens after that? Oh, didn't Biden give Putin access to a gas pipeline? And then directly after that, he went to war with Ukraine? And then was it a coincidence that one of our basketball stars got locked up in Russia and we traded her for Victor Boot? So we traded the Lord of War for Brittany Griner with a whole bunch of unattended guns in Afghanistan. That's what you voted for. That's better than Trump. You need to wake up, bro.
Yeah. Yeah. Give this guy a huge prize. Oh, you're going to hear a lot of this kind of stuff in these coming days. He knows exactly what he's talking about. He knows exactly where his loyalties lie. And do you think it's because you happen to be a certain color, a certain sex that people are concerned with it? But nobody is concerned with that. Nobody is concerned with what sex you are. Well, they wouldn't even care if Trump came out and said that he was homosexual. He's not, but if he came out and said that, oh my God, people would just be like, cool, whatever. Are you going to make our country better? Are you going to take down the cost of my groceries? You know, because right now I'm paying $5.99 for ground beef. Now I want to get some ground beef. It's $5.99 a pound. Shit, man! Back when for Trump was there, it was only a couple bucks a pound. I could feed a family of 4 for under $100. Now, shit, it's cheaper for me to go out to eat than it is to buy food at the grocery store. As long as I go to some left-leaning place where they don't jack up their prices. Harris spoke to NBC 2 weeks before Election Day. Yeah, that was her speaking with NBC. Harris said the Democrats have the resources and the expertise. Should Trump try to subvert the election? Let me think here. When has Trump ever subverted an election? Oh, never. No. Trump has never tried to subvert an election at all. Want to derail camel toe? Just ask her about the border. Shit. Ask her about the economy. Ask her about the border. Ask her about women's rights. If you want to watch her crash and burn, just ask her about women's rights. You know, think about this. Today, in 1917, suffrage was passed in New York City. Thank you, women. Thank you. Yes, that's what you're supposed to be saying to us, women. You're supposed to be thanking the men that passed it so women could vote. Amazing. 1917, women got suffrage. That means they could vote in New York City. Imagine that. Ask her about women's rights. Okay? Just ask her how many rights do men have that women don't? And guess what? Same exact rights. They will strip you of those rights as soon as they possibly can. They're more than happy to do that. They want to take away your freedom of speech, your freedom of religion. They want to take away the freedom of press. They want to take away every single right that you have. Every one of the freedoms that you have. They believe that they're given to you by the government. The government doesn't grant you your rights. Those are certain inalienable rights that you have from the day that you're born. Now they clothe it in hate speech. They call it hate speech. They call it transphobia. They call it racism. They call it every ism and ist that they possibly can, except for what it is. It's them taking control away from you. They say, we ain't going to take your guns. We've got no need to do that. Why would they have a need to do that? Because there's so many of you that would willingly give them away. That's why. They don't feel they have to worry about taking away your freedom of speech because so many people are willing to just give it away anyway. Hell, you right now, they call it the women's right to health care by ripping children out of a body. Huh. When did that become a right? I'm looking for it in the Constitution. I can honestly say I've never seen it there. This is a person, Donald Trump, who tried to undo a free and fair election. No? Who still denies the will of the people? No. Who incited a violent mob to attack the United States Capitol? No. No, he didn't do any of that. This is the claim they make. These are the people that, because of their shenanigans, the laws that they've broken, them going after a former president, a political opponent, they've made it a branch of the Department of Justice to go after Donald Trump, to have him arrested, tried, convicted, overturned, appealed, every step of the way for the past over 2 years. They've been going at him legally in the courts. And they keep losing. And their concern is that Donald Trump, once he's in power, he's going to do the same thing to them. I mean, you know what Trump said? No. No, I'm not going after them like they've gone after me. He's got no purpose in doing that. Why would he go after them like they've gone after him? Come on. But that's what they tell you. That's what they're telling you. They're telling you the same thing. They're telling you this right here.
And my question is this: are you prepared to say now that you will not use law enforcement to punish or prosecute your political opponents?
Excuse me. That's what they're using on me.
Okay, so your stance is that they started it.
Before you start this.
Yeah, I got it.
Howie, that's what they're using on me. I've got DAs. I've got everybody. They look at me. There's never been anything like this. The biggest case was the one down in Florida, and I beat it 100%. I won the case because we had number one, a brilliant judge, and a judge that moved rather rapidly, and I won the case. By the way, Biden had almost the same case, but he didn't have the Presidential Records Act because he wasn't the president. Just to finish. And he got off on the basis that he's incompetent, essentially that he's incompetent. And it was a strange ruling because they said, number one, he's incompetent, so he's not going to be, but the prosecutor actually said he's guilty, but he's incompetent. But they didn't say he couldn't be president anymore. That was his bigger problem for not being president. How can you not represent yourself in court because you're incompetent, but you're allowed to represent the United States of America? The whole thing is crazy. But no, they have weaponized government against me.
But are you willing to use the same tactics?
No, I don't want to do that because that's a bad thing for the country. I don't want to do that. I don't know who said. I haven't said that I would.
Right there, his own words. You can mark this down. Bookmark it, whatever you need to do, right there. That is exactly what he said. No, I won't do it. Why? Because it's bad for the country. It's bad for the country. Why would I go after them? Why would I do what they've done to me? It's bad for the country. It's bad for our economy. It takes away the faith that people have in their government. It turns people off. And I see lefties all the time that they have this belief that as soon as Trump comes in, that's what he's going to do. He's going to start arresting people. He's going to bring them down. That's something that the left have been saying that he's been saying. It's just like them saying Project 2025. He's like, I don't want to have anything to do with that. It's a bunch of babble, and I don't agree with it. Are there parts that I might agree with? Possibly, but I haven't read the damn thing, so why would I care? And these are the lies that they show you all the time. They tell you these things. They want you to believe that this person, Donald Trump, he denies a free and fair election. Some 140 law enforcement officers were attacked. Now you notice that their wording that the AP puts out, some were killed. Who was killed? There was only one person that was killed that day. And guess who that was? That was one of Trump's supporters. A veteran that was there to have their grievances noticed. That was the only person killed that day. Weird how that works out, isn't it? Were there officers that were injured? Yes. And the people that did that, they should be sitting behind bars serving their time. Did anyone name the person that's being tried for murder? Because they sure as hell didn't go after the officer that fired through a door on an unarmed woman. They didn't go after him. They exonerated him. They said he was well justified in doing that. Of course, she says this is a very serious matter. Trump has been criminally charged with trying to overturn the 2020 election. Where was it that he was charged? Because if I'm not mistaken, in Georgia, that was a RICO charge. in New York, that was going after his property. So where is it? She clearly doesn't. She's looking for an excuse. What gets me is these people do not patronize Jesus Christ, but patronize the dollar bill that says, "In God we trust." Yeah. Yes, exactly. Antifa's garbage was ridiculous. And refuses to admit that he lost to Joe Biden. No, that's not what he said either. Jesus. He said there were things going wrong with our system and they should be looked into. That's all that he said. All he had to say, all that he did, was go, have a few words, and they got so upset. So upset. And they still are. Their upset is all get out. They cannot handle it. They are so angry. A mob of Trump supporters rioted at the U.S. Capitol on January 6, 2021, attacking law enforcement in an effort to stop the certification of a race. No, that's not true either. They went down there to have their voices heard. A lot of them there were to peacefully redress their government. Now, they'll tell you at Harris's rallies, or we like to call them free concerts, some of her supporters chanted, "Lock him up." Something Trump often said about his former Democrat rival, Hillary Hinton. Harris often replies, "The courts will take care of that. We'll take care of November." And how will the voters take care of that? We've seen how the voters want to take care of that. We've seen the tactics. We've seen exactly what they're going to do. We've been told, you've been told, what exactly it is that they plan on having done to you. We've shown you what Hillary had to say about all of this multiple times. We've seen how they feel about Democrats. We've seen how they feel about Republicans. People are in their own party they don't respect, they don't care about. What makes you think that they would care about anybody else but themselves again? They've got so many people that they are just really, really wanting to take down American thought, American value, American people. If it's not one thing, it's another. They tell you you're crazy, you're lost, you're missing out on all of the wonderful things that they have to offer. We've seen what the roles are doing to the government, how those roles are flipping over. At a campaign stop on Tuesday, Biden said, "We've got to lock him up." Oh. But Biden quickly added, "Politically, lock him up. Lock him out. That's what we got to do. No president's ever been like this guy. He's a genuine threat to our democracy." What? Now, have we not heard that same rhetoric that they've gone after him and they're not scared? They're not scared. Why would they be scared? They have all the firepower. Speaking of supporters, Tuesday, Trump criticized Harris for spending the day conducting interviews, appearing to try to sow distrust in the election. She knows something that we don't know. He said, I think she knows some kind of result that we don't know. Because every appearance that we have shows that she's losing in the polls. And not by a little bit, by a lot of bit. And you can see the anger and the seething right here. You don't believe me? This is her at her last rally.
If he is elected, it's all good. It's all good. I'm here because we believe in democracy. Everyone's voice matters, but I am speaking now. I am speaking now. You know what? If you want Donald Trump to win, then say that. Otherwise, I'm speaking.
Yeah. That's what's happening at her rallies. The numbers are not lying. You can see in this picture all the worry of all these ladies standing behind her. You see the worry in their eyes. They're like, holy shit. That right there is the look of realization. That right there is the look of realization of exactly the thoughts of the American people when it comes to her, when it comes to Donald Trump. Yeah, Steve, we're finally live. That's her thought right there. That right there is the look of people going, oh crap, Donald Trump might just win this after all. This is the look of someone that's going, oh crap. The diversity, the equity, the inclusion doesn't work on the populace anymore. The telling people to go out and do harm to other people, it's not working on the American people anymore. They're starting to see through your lies. And you notice the little hand position. You notice the attitude of I'm speaking now. I'm whamming. You need to listen to me. What happens whenever they do this at a Trump rally? Yeah, they don't show up. It's fear. It's fear for them not to show up. You know why they don't show up at a Trump rally? Because everybody would embrace them and say, you're welcome here. You're welcome here. They've already made it clear that there's only one party that does not like outside disagreement. The other party is saying, I'm fine with it if you want to disagree. You're welcome to feel how you want to feel. But guess what? We're going to make it better. We're going to make it better. Well, you're like, no, that could not possibly happen. That could never possibly happen. What happens whenever a Democrat shows up to a Republican party? This is what happens right here.
And it is because of my love for our country, and specifically because of the leadership that President Trump has brought to transform the Republican Party and bring it back to the party of the people and the party of peace, that I'm proud to stand here with you today, President Trump, and announce that I'm joining the Republican Party. I'm joining the party of the people, the party of equality, the party that was founded to fight against and end slavery in this country. It is the party of common sense, and the party that is led by a president who has the courage and strength to fight for peace.
And that's what happens whenever a Democrat shows up to a Republican Party. Good to see you, Tom Gillis. Good morning, all. Good morning, all. He says, it is wonderful, wonderful to see you, sir. I hope you're doing well this morning. I hope you're doing well. I think there's a few people that are looking to get their retribution on you. I hope you're doing well, man. Oh, it's so wonderful. It's so wonderful. Tulsi joining the GOP is huge in reality. Yeah, it is. It's not as big as what their what the plans are for the Republican Party in the future. The Dems consider Darth Cheney's endorsement some kind of flex. Oh yeah, that's it. I'll take Tulsi over enema. Oh, I thought you were saying you'll take Tulsi over an enema. I'm sorry. Oh my God, that's enema, M. Like, sorry. While partisan battles over voting rules have long been part of presidential campaigns, election litigation has soared in recent years. But where has the election litigation started? Because the only way to redress at this point in time is to take it to the courts. But the courts aren't hearing a lot of that. Can I come in peace? I just want my smoke show club. Get some sleep, dude. Shizzy needs more coffee. I agree. I need some more coffee. It is 8 o'clock right now. Give me just a second. We're gonna pull up a coffee break, and we gotta get some more. I gotta get some more Java. Get some more Java. Be right back.
Sandy shores, get a tan, Rambo the orangutan. Driving a golf cart, oh man, Rambo is half crazy, yes he can. Well, that SOB's a sight to F and see. Oh, Rambo's rolling, as the sun he's free at last. While Shizzy has his coffee, these two are having an effing blast. Oh, Rambo's rolling, as the sun he's free at last. While Shizzy has his coffee, these two are having an effing blast. Shizzy on the dunes, coffee in hand. Rambo is a loon, and Shizzy is, well, that is too dirty to say here. Shizzy on the dunes, coffee in hand. Rambo is a loon, and Shizzy is a, that is too dirty to say here, Oh, Rambo's rolling, as the sun he's free at last. While Shizzy has his coffee, these two are having an effing blast. Otters in the surf, hummingbirds in the sky. Rambo honks the horn and spits in Shizzy's eye. Oh my! Oh, Rambo's rolling, as the sun he's free at last. While Shizzy has his coffee, these two are having an effing blast. Oh, Rambo's rolling. Rambo takes a turn, driving to the wave. Otters wave their paws, telling Rambo, not sure, but if you could understand, Otter, it probably wasn't nice. Rambo takes a turn, driving to the waves. Otters wave their paws, telling Rambo, not sure, but if you could understand, Otter, it probably wasn't nice. Oh, Rambo's rolling, as the sun he's free at last. While Shizzy has his coffee, These two are having an epic blast. So here's to Rambo, otters and hummingbirds by the edge of the ocean. And Shizzy, well, he might just be there too. Well, here's to Rambo, otters and hummingbirds by the edge of the ocean. And Shizzy, well, he might just be there too.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Harris told NBC she's not focused on pointing out the historic nature of her candidacy. Historic nature of her candidacy? What, like not primary, but getting in there? Yeah, she didn't have to primary. She lost the only primary that she ever primaried in. That's how she's running the show. She's clearly a woman. But I guess that only matters now because of the position that you're taking. Harris told NBC that she's not worried about sexism harming her candidacy, saying she's focused on speaking to all voters, except for those that disagree with her, Christian, Jewish, religious. The "In God We Trust" has become the "In Harris You Must." I will never assume that anyone in our country should elect a leader based on their gender or race, but that's what she's telling you that she should do, because if she's saying gender as opposed to what sex you are, they need to earn their vote based on substance, which she, has none of, and what they will do to address challenges and inspire people. Well, for the past 4 years, you've done nothing but inspire people to go out and vote for the other party. The vice president also defended Biden, whose disastrous debate, they're still focused on that because, yeah, it was a disastrous debate, but what have you done since you've been vice president, Camel Toe? It forced him to abandon his re-election campaign. Now that's not what they said the first go around, and cleared the way for her to become the only possible choice for Democrat nominee for president. Harris said she believes Biden is capable in every way, but he's not capable to run another election. Good morning, Bulldog. Good to see you. Good to see you. Saying you'd have to ask him if that's the only reason why he dropped out of the race, but she has no reluctance saying that she's up for the job, or she can get it up for the job, one of those two. And you wonder. It's because of crap like this, the confusion that your mass media is sowing around all of this. Things like this. Elections top 25. Here's what Americans will cast roughly 160 million ballots. Why? Wait a second. So that's 10 more million than we had last election cycle. So 160 million ballots now. By the time Election Day comes to a close in several different ways, including many submitted a few weeks before the polls will even open, they will choose a president, members of Congress, and thousands of state lawmakers, city council members, attorney general, secretaries of state, and in Texas, a railroad commissioner who has nothing to do with the trains. This year election also comes at a moment in the nation's history when the very basics of how America votes are being challenged as never before by disinformation and distrust. Yes, AP, you love to see how it goes. And the leaders, all the way down the ballot, the AP offers a guidebook following thoughts on the top 25 people, places, dates, and things to know about Election Day, a guidebook of sort to American democracy? Wait, no. No, that's not true. We're a constitutional republic. Democracy is taking away the rights of people and giving it to the government. A republic, constitutional republic, is what we are. Well, here's number one. It's said that every presidential election makes history, perhaps, but what some are destined to be included in the history books, others become the subject of books of their own. Put 2024 down to get a whole shelf at the library. Will Americans choose to return the man, the myth, the legend, Donald Trump to the White House, electing a former president to a new term for only the second time, and picking for the first time a convicted felon to sit behind the resolute desk? Well, is he a convicted felon? Because I guess you could consider that a convicted felon that's going to be overturned. Yeah, you remember that stuff in Good Morning Phoenix. Thank you for becoming a new member yet again. Look at the lovely Phoenix. Thank you very much for being here. Good morning. She's been a member for 7 months. Look at you. Look at that lovely face. Good to see you. Kisses. A convicted felon to sit behind the resolute desk, or will voters decide for someone who didn't even primary and committed a coup on a current president of the United States, ought to be the nation's first hoe to take up office in the Oval Office? A candidate who didn't win a single primary yet landed at the top of her party's ticket by self-proclamation. No, the list of top 25 things to know about this year's general election can begin without acknowledging that no matter who America chooses, Trump and Harris will make history this election day or a few months later. See, like I said, they're already preparing you. They are preparing you for a loss. A loss in happiness, a loss in thought. There might not be anyone as the all-returning Trump of the White House as Elon Musk, the world's richest person. President Trump must win to preserve the Constitution, must win to preserve democracy. They keep saying this. Even Musk is saying it. This is not a democracy. This is a constitutional republic. So I want to fill in the words as it should be spoken. We must prepare to preserve this wonderful republic known as the United States of America. Now, Elon, he's the founder of SpaceX and Tesla, along with the Boring Company. And yeah, he was one of the early creators of PayPal, all those wonderful things that he did. In early October, Trump returned to the site of his first attempted assassination, but not to be the last attempt of trying to go after him. Along with his unfathomable personal wealth, Musk's ownership of X, known as the Twitter. No, it's still Twitter to me. Gives him an unprecedented ability to try and convince voters of his belief that the electing Trump is the must-win situation. Musk is spending heavily on get out the vote efforts. Oh, they're going after him already. Yeah, they've got the plans. They've got the plans to amplify misinformation. No, you're finding more truth in what's being posted than you are lies. And push into millions of timelines his argument that the country will not survive should Camel Toe win the White House. You're worried about our country surviving. No, our country would survive. It would just be drastically deformed if she wins. If you think about the past 4 years, are you ready for another 4 years but worse? Hey, vote for Camel Toe. It's a foreboding message that seems to get bleaker by the day, and Musk knows, as you can see, he's not just MAGA. He's dark MAGA. Yeah. Jotaka Adi, or whatever the name is, used the winner of win with black women because I guess the color matters more than your beliefs. Jokata Edie has for the past 4 years hosted Sunday evening video conferences on Zoom to chat politics. But do you think she ever sits down with someone like J.D. Vance and talks politics? No. No. Me, I just make up shit as I go along. She does Zoom conferences to chat politics, and on July 21st, she couldn't get into her own meeting that day because Joe Biden dropped out of the race and endorsed Camilton as his replacement to be the Democrat nominee, so she never had a primary. And once Zoom changed some settings, 44,000 people were online ready to talk about it. It was a pep talk and a telethon. People prayed and sang. About an hour after the Zoom started, Star Jones shared a donation link by early next morning. They had raised more than $1 million. Where did that money come from? It came from all these really odd email addresses that just keep popping up. We're talking about poor people that have not had a job or living under a bridge, and they're donating in the hundreds of thousands of dollars. The meeting spawned a domino effect as Edie turned a tool, I don't want to know what tool it was, made essential by a planned into an essential place for Harris's supporters to gather. Soon, black men, white women, and white dudes and Taylor Swift fans were logging on. It has allowed us to organize in a way and bring people together that otherwise would not connect. How did you bring people together? I saw how you brought people together. It wasn't beautiful. It wasn't nice. It wasn't kind the way that you bring people together. It's usually by forcing them with the threat of a firearm. Things that you don't like are clearly put out there. Clearly you're going to go after the American people. You've constantly done it. It is your joy. It is your pleasure. Yeah, we've seen the white dudes for Harris. We've seen those wonderful white dudes for Harris. This is those white dudes for Harris right here.
I'm a man.
I'm a man.
I'm a man, man.
I'm a man.
I'm a macho man.
I'm a macho man.
I like ribeye steaks.
I lift barbell weights.
I can fit an entire can of Foster's in my mouth.
Anyways, you think I'm afraid to get my hands dirty?
You think I'm afraid of bears?
Bears.
I'll tell you another thing I'm sure as shit not afraid of. Women.
All of my besties are women.
I mean, everyone in my book club is a woman.
Last year, I did a wine tour in Tuscany with women.
I'm physically attracted exclusively to women.
Ew, gross.
A woman wants to be president? Well, I'm man enough to give her my full-throated support.
You already had me at full-throated.
Because I'm man enough to raw dog a flight.
I'm man enough to raw dog an
Because I'm man enough to support women.
I'm sick of so-called men dominating, controlling, and belittling women.
That's what I'm here for. Hound me like a chicken breast.
I'm man enough to not ban young women from reading Little Women.
You know, I'm not actually sure anyone wants to do that.
Put on a scary clown mask and tell me I ain't
Because I love women who take charge.
And I'm man enough to help them win.
Oh, that Tim. You should get tested.
Oh, yes. That's what I do. I love to share. I love to share the wonderful joys of the YouTubeage. I love to show the wonderful joys of the YouTubeage. I knew you guys would love it. But this will make you feel real confident.
And what we have learned is that the IRS, in fact, has been using AI to access bank accounts of American citizens without any kind of a search warrant or even without any specific claim that they have committed a crime. So this was something that was discovered by an undercover journalist, and what they found is that the IRS has claimed that they have access to every single person's bank account. This person also indicated that they've been working with the Department of Justice and that they have absolutely no problem whatsoever going after the little guy to make sure that they are paying their taxes. This is such a blatant violation of the Fourth Amendment that Jim Jordan and I sent a letter to the IRS demanding that they provide additional information about what they are doing with AI and what they are doing to protect the civil rights of American citizens. And what we have.
Nice, huh? You like that? You like what they had to say about that? But hey, there's nothing like asking for this. Harris speaks about creating economic opportunities. Sorry, I just about choked on that. Creating economic opportunities for Latino men. Why Latino men? Why would it be? Why is all of a sudden they're Latino? I'm surprised they didn't type in here. Harris babbles on about creating, an opportunity for Latinx. Because why would you want to be gender specific? Can't find the membership link, Zach. That's funny. Economic opportunity for Latino men. Trump airs familiar grievances. What is this? In Miami, Democrat presidential nominee Camel Toe Harris on Tuesday said she would work to bring more funds to community banks to help Latino men. Why community banks for Latino men? Yeah, Latinx? What the hell is that stuff? Hey, I'm just writing it like they would. Reading it like they would write it if they were in power. Community banks to help Latino men secure small business loans. What does that have to do with anything? We know what happens whenever you loan money to people that can't pay it back. It happened in 2007. This happened in 2007 whenever Congress started passing law that they were going to go after banks, where they threatened banks for not making loans to people that couldn't afford those loans. What was that called? Subprime loans. Don't worry, you don't have to. You can just sign up for a triple mortgage if you want to. We're going to get you in the house of your dreams. And then a couple years later, after forcing these subprime loans, or how did they put it? Small business loans. Yeah, now it's business loans. With Republican Donald Trump's economic roundtable aimed at Latino voters. Wait, but not Latino men. He was actually talking to people in general. But you've made it all about the race. But he hasn't. Devolved in a tirade of insults against his opponent. What? Tirades against his opponent? Huh. No, he basically called her out on her BS. Harris said in an interview with Telemundo that we need to construct a strong economy that supports the working class. Wait, are you saying that the only people working are Latinos? Because last I checked, the working class would be everybody that's not government, right? I mean, that is the working class. But of course, they've got to spread that class warfare, because that class warfare is so tasty, so delicious. She says that I know Hispanic men often have more difficulty securing loans from banks because of their connections. What? And the fact that things aren't necessarily set up so that they will qualify? What is that supposed to mean? Are you saying that someone that's Hispanic doesn't have the same rights that I have to secure a loan? Tell me where that's happening. I just don't see it happening. And the fact that things aren't necessarily set up that they'll qualify. She said in an interview in English that was translated into Spanish, for that reason, I focused on seeing what we can do to bring more capital to community banks and better understand the community so we can give them that kind of loan. Mayor Dan, good to see you. So let me ask you, Mayor Dan, in your wonderful town, what would happen if a bank didn't give out a loan to somebody because they were Latin? What would happen to a bank if they didn't give out a loan to somebody because of the color of their skin, or because they were male or female? What would happen? What happened in that town? It's interesting to me that thought exercise, because Dan, you know, he's a mayor. He's a mayor of a small town, a small community. What would happen to that bank? What would happen to that bank if they didn't offer a loan, or they changed it to somebody else and said, "Hey, no." I would think that the bank would probably be lambasted almost immediately. If they wouldn't get the same consideration from other people. Probably not good. If I'm not mistaken, it breaks federal law if you don't do that. In response, Trump claims that she is a socialist. She is. She said, "I'm a capitalist. I'm a pragmatic capitalist." Trump, meanwhile, described Harris as lazy, rallied against green energy, and talked about extreme presidential power during remarks at his golf club in Doral, a Miami suburb, insisting President Joe Biden did not need congressional approval. He doesn't. To curb illegal immigration. He said, as president, you have tremendous, it's called extreme power. You have extreme power, which he does, as they've proven over the past few months. Actually, it's been about a month, because they had to stem the flow of illegals coming in. But as soon as they get voted in, that switch is going to flip and it's going to change drastically. Trump also continued to hammer Harris, which is probably the most hammering she's got ever, as low IQ, and invoked a racist trope. Well, what kind of racist trope? Dude, this is why AP should really look into their writers here, calling her lazy as hell for not holding any public events Tuesday. She was in Washington for meetings that was scheduled for TV interviews with Telemundo and NBC after more than 2 straight weeks of campaigning. Who the hell takes off whenever you have 14 days left? Well, she does. The Trump and Harris campaigns see what could be an election deciding opportunity with Latino men who could swing the outcome in states such as Pennsylvania, Arizona, and Pennsylvania. It seems really odd that there's a high Hispanic population in Pennsylvania. I wonder why. Trump and Harris campaigns see what could be an election day deciding opportunity with Latino men. The effort sets up the question whether memories of a Trump presidency or what? Okay, this right here is a lie. Whoever wrote this, memories of Trump presidency, memories of a good, wonderful amount of money coming into my pocket. My dollar was going further. Everything was looking wonderful. Things were going so good that I was able to leave my job as a mechanic and go to work for my wife as a paralegal and make 4 times the amount of money I was making as a mechanic. Amazing how that worked out. And a promise of new policies under Camel Toe? Wait, no, it would be the same policies that we've had for the past 4 years. We're confident that these policies resonate because we've seen them resonate in speeches and focus groups, said Matt Barretto, some crap like that, a Harris campaign pollster or poll smoker. It speaks to Latino men in particular about being successful in achieving the American dream. Well, Latino men, if you want to achieve the American dream, you have to become part of America. Legally. Latino men, you want to become part of America, being successful in America? running away from the socialist economy that you ran away from to get away from, that your parents ran away to get away from, that they shunned, then why would you ever vote Democrat in your entire life? In 2020, well, this is 2020, of course, AP Votecast found that 9% of voters nationwide identified as Latino. Identified as Latino? Well, that's not how being Latino works. Latino is not something you identify as. I've got a Latino brother. Okay, well, he's half Latino. The other half of him is a mismatch of my family. Yeah, hard to believe, right? And whenever you ask him about this Latinx thing, he's like, "You out of your effing mind?" Yeah. Yeah, his last name is something like Gonzalez. Originally would have been Gonzalez had he not been given up for adoption. Whenever he found his father, you found out that his father was the father of like 10 children and multiple grandchildren now. Yeah. Yeah, he never reached out to him. He was just like, yeah, that seems like too much to harass this guy with. Yeah, I have a half Latino brother. Weird, huh? How that works. And he doesn't identify as Latino. He identifies as American. Latino men, if you want the same thing to happen to you, just identify as American. Don't put a hyphenation in front of your name. Yeah, get rid of the hyphenation of Latin American or that hyphenation of Latino American or Hispanic American. Get rid of the Jewish American. Get rid of the Palestinian or Arab or other or whatever it might be - American. Get rid of that. Get rid of that, and you'll find that good things come to those who shorten it. Harris said she would work to double the number of registered apprenticeships. Registered apprenticeships? What is that supposed to mean? Apprenticeship isn't something that you register for. It's something that you do. Is that so they could possibly track you? She's stressing how she would remove college degree requirements. What? Isn't there a certain thing that you want to have going into college? Certain knowledge you want to have going into college? I would think that if I was going for my master's degree, that I might want to have finished an associate's, maybe a bachelor's degree, going in for a master's degree or going for a PhD. Let's just get rid of those requirements. Let anybody go for a PhD. Yeah, let's set them up to fail miserably. For certain federal government jobs. Degree requirements for federal jobs to encourage private employers to do likewise. So instead of hiring the best and brightest, we're going to hire people based on diversity, equity, inclusion, is what she's saying. She also wants to provide forgivable loans up to $20,000 to each 1 million small businesses. Why? Why is the American taxpayer going to pay for that? How is the American taxpayer going to pay for that? So if that's $20,000, that's 20,000. So that's $2 billion. No, $20 billion. All right? Yeah, $20 billion. $20 billion worth of, can't stand being called Latinx. Yeah, my brother can't either. He hates that crap. He's just like, this is stupid. And he's a lib too. He's just like, yeah, don't you dare call me that. During Trump's event, he sat after his opening remarks as elected officials and business leaders who are Latino praised the economy during his administration, thanking him specifically for tax cuts he signed in 2017. Later, he claimed that he had recently seen a solar field that looked like it took up half the desert. Well, they're here in Georgia too, and they're an eyesore. Yeah, if you want to kill off a whole bunch of trees, wipe out what is it that trees need? They need carbon dioxide so they can produce oxygen. I guess. All I see is glass and wires, and it looks like hell. You see rabbits, they get caught in it, tripped and off of rails against wind powder, claiming the turbines kill birds and confuse whales. At the close of the event, Latino faith leaders prayed over Trump. His head bowed as some placed their hands on his shoulders. Guillermo Maldonado, senior pastor of King Jesus International Ministry, said during the prayer that there's a higher assignment for him to finish with this nation. During a rally later in North Carolina, Trump, who's been laying the groundwork to challenge the elected results if he loses again, commented on Harris not holding any public events Tuesday. He offered his cryptic take, "I think she knows some kind of results that we don't know." Looking forward to a rally in Madison Square Garden on Sunday, he said, "We want to close it out with a beautiful bang," noting there was more campaigning to come, but campaigns were jockeying for an edge with increasingly diverse electorate in the closing weeks of the campaign, because that's what Harris has been focusing on, is black men, to whom she also pitched the forgivable loans for small businesses. So you're going to, is that their carrot? I'm wondering, is that all they've got left? Well, if you're black, if you're a woman, if you're anything but a white man, we're going to give you forgivable loans. So it's promises, whom she also pitched these for small businesses. She went on a podcast called Call Her Daddy to appeal to younger women and made, what a hoe. While Trump has appeared on podcasts to target younger men. No, that's not true. Trump went on those podcasts because he does not want to be anywhere near assholes like NBC and CBS and CNN. He's got no use for them. He still is suckered into Fox, and once he wakes up and gets away from Fox News and he says, you know what, Fox News, you've done screwed the pooch one too many times. In a close race, the Harris campaign is better than Latino men are getting more attuned to policy specifics as the election draws closer. Based on focus groups, who gives a shit about your focus groups? They can shove it up their ass. Barreto said that the Harris campaign found that Latino men in particular wanted access to apprenticeships that could give people without college degrees access to financial stable career. You don't need an apprenticeship to have a successful career. It helps, but nobody needs to offer that to you. You go out and you find it. You want to see what an apprenticeship looks like? Find a mentor. Find somebody that's good at their job and learn everything that you possibly can from them. Go work with them side by side. Go work for them. Get paid less, as you will learn a lot more from them. If you want to learn how to be a subcontractor, go work for a subcontractor. Ask them questions. Learn the English language. Learn to speak Spanish. Whatever it might be that gets you a little bit more of a leg up over the other guy. You know, the other guy's out there and he's sucking on the ween. And if you come in there and you say, hey, Latinos, yeah, see, there you go. The latest department figures show there are 641,000 registered apprenticeships, an increase from the Trump administration. Yeah, but those are registered apprenticeships. If you want to get better, go get the freaking job. I will tell you, we had a crew over here doing some stonework. We've had them over here multiple times doing various stonework around our place because I don't do stonework at all. Trust me. I can, but my knees can't handle it, neither can my back anymore. These guys busted ass from the time they got here to the time they left. And they also do little side projects. You just pay them. Pay the money. And I know the guy's father because his father was out here whenever they were doing the work. His father left the company that he was working for, that his son works for, and he started his own company. And after 6 months, he came back to work at the company he left, because he found out that he was making better money having somebody else bid out the bids for him. And he was, and this guy happens to be a friend of ours. As a matter of fact, we're going to be spending some time over there. I believe it's next weekend, next Saturday, I think it is. And they're really good friends. I mean, he helped him get a leg up and said, hey, I'll help you out any way I can. And he said he was just not interested in pursuing it. He realized it's not all that it is cracked up to be. So he came back, and he has him as his right-hand man and pays him better than whenever he left. Yeah, because the guy's good at what he does. But he's better off as an employee than running his own business. That's a true apprenticeship right there, because whenever our guy leaves and retires, he's going to have somebody coming up behind him, this guy's son, which already knows the business. Does all the damn work, does fine work too. It's amazing. Like the talent and the skill. It's amazing. Latino men express the need for access to capital and credit to start companies. So these people are so full of shit. Harris's running mate, Minnesota Governor Walz, will be on Univision's El Bueno, El Mayo, El Fio, or something like that. I'm horrible at Spanish. A syndicated radio show this week, while Harris's husband, Deg Giacomoff, will be interviewed this week by Univision's nationally syndicated afternoon radio program of El Free Gay Show. Okay. Imhoff was also interviewed by Alex Yeno, something like that. Lucas Nuevo Network Radio. Trump hopes to convince Latinos that they can trust a fellow businessman such as himself, even as he also called for see, this is the problem. They're starting in with that again. He called for the mass deportation of illegals. It's not immigrants. It's not migrants. It's illegals. The Hispanic community in the United States also does not like whenever illegals are coming into the country. Hispanic peoples, they say, you can't generalize, but I think you can. They have wonderful entrepreneurship, and they have, you do have such energy. Just ease up a little bit, okay? Ease up, Trump said. October 12th event. You have great ambition. You have great energy, very smart, and you really do like natural entrepreneurs. Mainstream media uses propaganda like a man did recently in history to get a whole country to hate different groups. Yeah, that's not uncommon. Spreading the hate is not what we want to have here. Like I said, America is in a little bit of a quandary right here, because on one hand you've got a clear choice to do what you expect and what you want, and then you have this band of jackasses. And I had to show this because it is absolutely the most humorous thing that I have seen ever. You notice you've got this tool douchebag over here. And then what happens? Oh, they come out and they're like, oh, look what we have. We have all these firearms, and we're at our happy little ranch here. Oh, yes, we're so smart that we're going to, what happened? What was it that happened to this little group? Oh, well, it might have been this right here. Tell me, how many people do we have here that are firearm owners? And you don't have to be a firearm owner. But I'm telling you right now, why in the ever-living but God, ever in the history of never, why in the hell do you have a goddamn 40K scope on something that's 50 feet away? That's like 10 yards away. Why in ever living God do you have a scope like this on something that you can throw a rock at? Can somebody explain this to me? What kind of moron? This is the kind of moron right here that uses a damn long range scope on a tin can that is right next to him. This is the stupidest thing that I have ever seen. And why in the hell does he have that scope sitting, the butt of the rifle sitting so far up his shoulder? Jesus Christ. I can find so many things. And this guy was supposed to be like something in the military? Is this guy an idiot? If I'm not mistaken, this right here is illegal in certain states. Why do they have a sniper rifle on something you can throw one of your empty cartridges at? Hell, you could probably take out more of these things with the magazine. This is 20 round clip magazine right there. You could take that 20 round magazine and throw it and knock out more cans than he could with this damn rifle right here. Because why not? This guy's an idiot. This is the stupidest, because of idiots like this is why you end up with shit like this happening. This guy right here looks like he's never been to a rifle range ever. Never been to a firing range. Heavily armed yourself because you collect. What range would it be more accurate to hip fire? At that range, you don't even have to do that. At that range, you could just pick up a rock off the ground and knock out a tin can. Jesus Christ, these people are idiots. I'm sorry. I can't stand the stupidity of this group of people. Should never be allowed near firearms. Never. 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 Look, we have all these cool firearms. Hell, one of those shotguns from that range, you could blow one of those damn sawhorses away. At this range, you don't even, that sawhorse is gone. Jesus. Trump is going to record on Rogan this Friday. That's going to be glorious. The only problem is we can't show it here. We can't show it here because that will get us in all kinds of trouble. So I won't be able to show any of that. As I've said, whenever the left tells you to go right, go left. Whenever they tell you that there's going to be a large gathering in the Capitol and you're hearing it on the news, avoid it like the plague. Wherever they tell you that all of those places where something good is going to be happening and there's going to be a big rally, avoid it like the plague. Avoid where they tell you to go. If you're hearing it come from the AP, NBC, ABC, CNN, CBS, Fox News, wherever they tell you the best place to be for this during the election, avoid it like the plague. Where they're telling you need to be, that's where you need to walk away from. They're planning to use every bit of that against you. When they tell you it's going to be a rally, it's going to be a peaceful rally, avoid it like the plague. Avoid going where they're telling you to go. Then do the research on your own. Find independent resources. Find out if that is going to be something that you want to go attend. Know the risks involved and where you're going to be going. and make that decision on your own. Don't let the left make that decision for you. Don't let the false right make that decision for you. Be safe, everybody. And be stupid. Tonight, a little more Sarah Boone tonight. That's what we got going on. A little more Sarah Boone happening tonight. And if it looks like it's going to go late, what's going to happen is I will shut down that damn stream early rather than do another until 1:30, 2 o'clock in the goddamn morning. Because I enjoy my morning streams, and I'm sorry I was running late this morning. I have to cut this bad boy short, but there's something that I have to do, and it's called work, and I have to go pay the bills. Oh, gotta eat. You know what I mean? Oh, gotta eat. And if I don't eat, then that means that I come on here, I'm hungry. When I get hungry, I get hangry. When I get hangry,
bless your heart. I thought I was the only mentally challenged one here.
Get it, yeah, oh yeah. Early morning, rise and shine. Coffee's brewing, feeling fine. News is out and on the air. Shizzy Whiz nuts wild, but we don't care. Morning Whiz and Coffee. Talk the news, he's a tease. Laugh it off, we're on the go. Shizzy Whiz, let's start the show. Let's go. Get it, yeah, oh yeah. Headlines spinning in the breeze. Stupid jokes, he's such a tease. Sip the Java, wear a smile. Pants are off, but stay a while. Morning Whiz and Coffee. Talk the news, he's a tease. Laugh it off, we're on the go. Shizzy Whiz, let's start the show. Let's go. Get it, yeah, oh yeah. Headlines spinning in the breeze. Stupid jokes, he's such a tease. Sip the Java, wear a smile. Pants are off, but stay a while. Morning Whiz and Coffee. Talk the news, he's a tease. Laugh it off, we're on the go. Shizzy Whiz, let's start the show. Let's go. Get it, yeah, oh yeah. Serious is overrated. Every day we're caffeinated. Talk the town, but in a jest. Morning Whiz is always best. Clock is ticking, time to run. Morning show's a load of fun. Grab your mug, don't spill a drop. Laugh your ass off till you pop. Clock is ticking, time to run. Morning show's a load of fun. Grab your mug, don't spill a drop. Laugh your ass off till you pop.
Oh my god, Shizzy breaks Larry. Shizzy broke Larry.